Okay, hi, welcome. Today's presentation is about how to automate your life instead of your code. Sorry to disappoint you, it's not about automated testing, it's about getting things done. Well, it's already stuck. Okay, so have you ever had the feeling that you forgot something but didn't know what? You couldn't remember what it was? Today's lifestyle is all about managing a constant stream of impulses. WhatsApp, Messenger, Slack, email, phone calls, it constantly comes to you. In this short presentation, I will explain you how to reach a Zen state of mind with all kinds of tasks coming towards you. Because having nothing on your mind allows you to have a Zen life. The little slide about me, I'm a service delivery manager at Solid. I'm a firefighter, I'm a paramedic voluntarily. I'm an actor in amateur theater groups. I have a lot going on, and I'm sure you all have. This is why this is important, and that's why my talk is about this, because we teach what we need to learn the most. I'm very interested in this topic because I feel the urge to get my life together and sort all the tasks and don't forget anything. So let's give an example of what goes wrong. You had a busy day at work. You leave the office and your mind is full, but you think, my friend's birthday is today. I should call him. You drive home and you see you come home and you see all your chores you need to do and your messages on Slack, not on Slack, on Messenger, all the things you need to do, and of course you forget about your friend's birthday. Well, that's because your brain is for having ideas, not for holding them. Your brain cannot manage more than 4 tasks at once. It's incapable of knowing where you left your keys or what you need to remember. Your brain is a brilliant planner. You plan how to get here, what to wear today, where to sit today, which session to follow. That's very good. That's something your brain can do very well. But it's not good for remembering stuff. Therefore, we need a system that can do this for us. We need some sort of, let's say, a second brain. I call it the second brain. It's some sort of getting things done system, which we use to collect all action items and process them so we don't forget anything. So, first of all, collect. We collect all information we get from email, Slack, Messenger, people who ask us something. All sort of things come towards us, and if we don't write them down somewhere, we tend to forget 50% of that. So we first collect all that information, and we ask the first question: is it actionable? If you get an email just with some information in the note, you don't know what to do with it, you can just archive it. Keep it as a reference. You don't have to do anything, so delete it. Don't just leave it in your mailbox or wherever, because that only piles up. So if it's not actionable, archive it. If it is actionable, then think to yourself, can I do this in less than 2 minutes? If you can, just do it. Because otherwise you have all sorts of too small tasks to do that pile up as well. Just do them if it's under 2 minutes. If it's more than 2 minutes, you should put it on the action list, the organized step. In the organized step, this is an action list from all the actionable items that you did not already do in the previous step. So that can be an agenda, can be on paper, can be an app, can be an online tool. The system where you put it is not that important, it's how you do it. But you should gather it all in one place, so you don't have to keep it in your brain. Don't have a text note on your desktop and a paper on your desk and a to-do list there. This way your brain won't function as it should be. So we organize and prioritize the action list on 3 items, on 3 criteria: project, time, and context. Project, in a business way, can be, of course, the project you're working on, the project you developed. But in your spare time, that can be you organize a party, and you need to get drinks, get food, get tables, get music. You have to think of a lot of things. You group that under one project. And then, of course, there's a time constraint. If you have to do it before a certain date, you add the date to the task. Right? I'll give an example later of how I do that. For myself, I give a date to every task. This way, I have a daily task list, a daily to-do list that I can manage. And then we have context, which is very helpful. Is For me, that's some sort of tags I add to tasks. It's like if a task is to call someone, I add a tag call, and then I group all the calls together. So I know on that day, at 1 o'clock, I'll just call the people I need to call, and I group all together. That way I can focus on tasks. So you should, the list should be personalized, of course. There's no, excuse me, there's no system that can do this for you. There's no big idea of how you should do it. Only you can do that, because your life is how you do it. Therefore, you have to personalize this system. So when we come to the action list, we have a to-do list at one place, what we should do. Then we review the list regularly. Do that weekly, check the list, other things that already have been done, that are not clear, that you don't know what to do with, review them. This way you have an actionable list that you can keep on referencing. And when you have the list and everything is clear, you engage. That's the part where you just do your task list. Most people just tend to go from there, from collect to engage. Just what comes in must be done, and you tend to go into reaction mode instead of the goal to reach your goals. So with the action list, you know if you set by date what to do today. You can cross off all your items of the day, and when new information is coming your way, don't be distracted. Don't just grab them and do them immediately. Follow the steps. Collect them. Is it actionable? No. Throw away. Is it not? Is it actionable? Yes. Under 2 minutes. Do them immediately, and I'll add it to the action list. Don't just do it immediately, everything, because then you're under a pile of to-do things. So when doing the tasks, it's important to have focus, because it's scientifically proven that if someone bothers you and your focus is gone, you need 23 minutes to get back into focus mode. So if you're constantly getting interrupted by your emails, your Slack messages, you cannot focus. So therefore, put all your notifications on hold, add them all to the safe, and make sure you're not getting disturbed. Tell your colleagues, leave me alone, please, I need to focus. At our office at Rob people tend to go to the silent room we have, or we have standard desks where you have your headphones on. This way you let your colleagues know that you want to focus and don't want to get disturbed. So thanks to this engaged time, the focus time, you are able to finish your list of the day and to keep continuing. The Pomodoro technique, that's like a cooking egg, I would say that, which lasts 25 minutes. In that time frame of 25 minutes, you say, I'm going to focus. Afterwards, you take a break. Don't just keep working, take a break. But this way you can focus and get your tasks done. Dare to say no as well. You all know people coming to your desk, or yourself. You have an idea, you stand up, oh yeah, I'm going to ask her or him. And you go to that person and ask him immediately. Is that really needed? Is it really necessary? Do you really have to disturb that person at that moment? Can it be done later? Is it really need to be done immediately? Do you have to drop everything? And 99% of the time the answer is no, but you interrupted that person. So send a Slack message. When do we have time? Or can we have a meeting? Plan a meeting. Don't just disturb your colleagues. Mostly it can wait. So this is the theory about getting things done. Now I will show you how I implement this in my way of working. I use 3 tools, well, 4 actually. I have my Gmail mails, my cheat use for my tasks, and Google Calendar, which combines it all. And in my spare time and private time, I use Wunderlist to group all those tasks, but at work I have GQs, because those are for me 2 separate things. I don't do work things at home, and I don't do private things at work. So those are 2 separate lists. Well, to start with the mails, because that's where we get all our tasks coming in constantly. I have an empty mailbox. Yay, that's very fun. No mails at all. I close my email app, and once an hour I open it and I process the things that come in. with the getting things done methodology. So how do I do that? The empty inbox. All my emails are being labeled automatically. So when I receive an email from a certain project, I have a filter that applies like project, and I blanked out projects because of, so this way I group all projects. If I get something that needs to be done immediately, like our ticketing system has a ticket status immediately, then this is shown in my mailbox as well. If my CEO sends me a mail, he gets his own tag, then I know in the list that might be more important than the other mails. But this way, if I have a full inbox, when I come to work after a holiday, for example, I have hundreds of mails, then I click a label, that's in the left sidebar of Gmail, then I just click label of one project, and I go over all the items for that project. This way I'm focused on one project at a time, and don't have to skip from one mail to the other, and I can keep my focus. And when I go over this list, I collect the items. I see what is actionable. If it's not actionable, I remove them. Just archive. Press E in Gmail. If it's actionable and I can do it in less than 2 minutes, I just reply and do what needs to be done. If it's not under 2 minutes, there's a plugin called GQs for Gmail, where you can add it to your GQs list by pressing a button, and then you can give a description, add it to the queue you want, and set a due date and the tags for the like call someone. This way I add it to my mailbox, and I can process, like, let's say 100 mails in 10 minutes. Very fun, but that doesn't mean that they are done, but they are on the list, maybe not for today, for another day. Then we come to the GQs, where I've organized in projects, time, and context. This is an example of my GQs. So you see all my tasks are with a date, and I see what I need to do on November 20th, November 21st, 22nd. This way, when I just go over my to-do list for today, I check them off, and mostly around 3, 4 o'clock, I'm done. I'm done working. That's nice. But of course, then you continue, and you go to the next day, and you can grab a task that didn't need to be done today. You can just move it forward. This is also, I don't have an example here of calls, but for example, this is a tag. I have tag calls as well, and then I combine them here. And what was the other one? The project, of course, these are my projects. So this is my to-do list. But of course I have meetings as well, and these are not there. And I told you have to gather everything in one place. So there's a tool, a plugin for Google Calendar called the GQs for Google Calendar that combines all the tasks from that day into the calendar. So below, this is just the calendar, and these are all day events. Here I have the meetings and my tasks at one place, so I know what to do today. And if you click a task, you can just mark the checkbox done, and it's automatically done in GQs as well. So this way I have a good idea of what I need to do today, and I can check off my tasks every day. Now, just some tips and tricks on how to work more efficiently, more quickly. Well, you have to review your tasks, because otherwise it just piles up and you don't do them, and there's things in there that you shouldn't do, or things are not in there, and just review them so you have a clean list. But also do that with your files and folders. Just if you have a file, don't just add it to your desktop with all the other 50 files there. You'll never know where to go with that. Don't just add it to Drive, to the main inbox. Add it to the correct folder immediately. It saves you much time in the end. As well for bookmarks, don't just keep adding bookmarks to your bookmarks bar. Clean that regularly. It saves you time. Desktop as well. Your desk, that helps for me. A clean desk, not for everyone. But the menu or the OS X dock, I have 4 apps in there. That's enough. You really don't need more. I see people with like 20 apps in there. What do you really use? It's just to have zen state of mind to see only what you need. And if you need to open more, you can just press Command Spacebar and type the app name. Another trick I use daily, well, a lot during the day, is the custom search engines. I don't know if someone uses that from you. Who uses custom search engines? 2, 3? Okay. In Chrome, you can just go to Manage Search Engines, and you can add a search engine. For example, here, I have a search engine Giphy. That's just my naming in the list. But then you have a search word. Here it's GIF. And if you enter GIF in your URL bar and press Tab, then you get something like Search Giphy. And there you search for smiley. You press Enter, and you immediately go to giphy.com/search/query is smiley. This way you can very fast search all sorts of things. The same for Redmine. Redmine is our ticketing system at Dropsolid. And we have ticket IDs. And people tell me, can you take a look at that ticket? Well, then I just type RM, tap, ticket number, enter, whoop, it's there. I don't have to go to Redmine, see issue list, click project. This saves me a lot of time. Same for LastPass and Google Drive. If I just type Drive, tap, and I search document, I immediately get the document. So you can add as many search engines as you want. Very helpful. A new feature by Google Docs is if you want to create a new doc, you just type doc.new or presentation slide.new, and you immediately get a new presentation or slide. Saves you again some seconds, minutes. I hope most of you know this, but I noticed that a lot of people don't. So I'll just say it again here. If you want to open an app on Mac, you just press Command Space, and then you can open an app or make a calculation or search whatever you want. The same for Windows. If you just press the Windows key, you open your app menu, and you can search there. There are other tools for that as well, a QS app and Alfred app that are more extended. Screenshots I use daily because I'm project manager. I need to create bug items. Therefore, you can just use Shift Command 3 for a full screenshot, but if you press Shift Command 4, then you can select an area. If you press the spacebar, you can filter out one window. If you press Shift Command 4 and spacebar, you can drag the selection. I can show you. Shift Command 4. So now I have pressed Shift Command 4, and then I have this one. I can select this one, but if I press spacebar, I can, like this, select what I want to copy or to make a screenshot of. And if I want to make a screenshot, but don't add it to the desktop, just press Control. Screenshot is made, but now it's in my, it's copied. So you can just paste it in the document. Then you don't have to drag again from your desktop to a file and remove it afterwards. Just saves you time again. Slack. Who uses Slack? Most of the people, okay. So if you want to switch to a person, you can search it in the left bar, but just press Command K and you have a named search engine. And something I use very often is a remind me function. You can just /remind me to get a sandwich during at 12 o'clock, and then you will get a reminder at 12 o'clock, get a sandwich. The same if I send a message to someone, whether it's a task or a question, hey, can you do that for me? They don't reply immediately. I just add in the More Actions menu, there's a drop-down, remind me about this, and you can select like in 1 hour, and then in 1 hour I get a notification about the message I sent, and I can see that I get a reply, because I asked something, go to the next task, and I forget, because my brain is made for remembering that I had to ask that to that person or follow up. So this way, Slack can help you with that. Well, for Chrome, I already mentioned GQueues for Gmail and GQueues for Google Calendar plugin. But there's also a very nice plugin, Link Club, that lets you open all links that you want at the same time. You just press Shift, select all the links you see, and it opens in multiple tabs. Very easy, instead of click. Everything separately. Full page screen capture is interesting as well, because that takes a capture of the screen from bottom to from top to bottom, even if there needs to be scrolling. And better history, we have to log time as a service company, so I tend to forget that, and then I have to look at my history, what I've done, because for me, I mostly work in Chrome, everything as project manager done there. And then with this plugin, everything is separated by date and by hour. I can just go, what did I do at 12, between 12 and 13 o'clock, and I see a list of everything I did. This way I know what I did and I can log my time. So, in closing, okay, optimized personal organization means having a clear mind, no worries, going home without a whole task list. What did I need to do? What have I forgotten? Should I have done something? You don't have to worry about that. You just go home, zen, and you have more time for fun stuff. Books that might help you getting things done is A System by David Allen. So if you want to know more about that, there's the book. And there's another book, The Procrastinator's Handbook, Mastering the Art of Doing It Now. That can help you as well. So, if you have any questions, now's the time. You can also reach me on my email address, LinkedIn or Twitter. So, does someone have questions? Okay, you can come to me afterwards if a question pops up. So, that's all.